Hey guys, I'm here to talk to you about if mining Bitcoin is still profitable in February of 2018. If you're looking at this, you're looking at Coinbase, and this is their numbers as of right now, 3:54 p.m. on January 29th, 2018. And so it's saying Bitcoin's trading at right around $11,000 a Bitcoin. If you look earlier in the month of January, it was all the way up to almost 17, a little over 17,000. So if you think about this, last year Bitcoin really skyrocketed in price, right? So you started off the year at right around $800 to $900 a Bitcoin. By the end of the year, we're trading right around 20,000. Then a couple of things happened. There's a couple of forks, that kind of made the price go down. People started getting scared of Bitcoin. They thought it was a bubble that was going to burst. All these factors kind of played into the account for Bitcoin dropping in value. So, since November, December time when it was at $20,000 last year, we're now trading at $11,000. But like I said earlier in January this year, just a few days, like 20 days ago, it was trading at $17,000. So really, Bitcoin is still valuable to mine. It's just how are you going to mine it? And that's what I'm here to talk to you today about. So the two types of mining I'm going to talk about are cloud mining and mining with hardware, such as like your Antminers or your Avalon miners or your Watt miner, USB miners, however you want to do it. I have two different ways that I'm going to show you the examples I chose. And I'm also going to explain to you why I chose those examples. Okay, so right here we're looking at my Socialpool account. And the reason I have this brought up is because I currently have an Antminer that I'm mining with. And if you look at this, this is showing you what I'm making currently right now so this is my current block reward, which is 0.000077. And then it's showing my estimated payout period at 0.075 Bitcoin is going to take me about 1 month and 4 weeks. 2 months. So it's going to take me about 2 months to get a payment because this is how much my current reward is per block, and I'm only making 0.00129 per day. So if you're looking at this, it's right around between $14 and $15 a day that I'm making with my Antminer S9, with electric costs of being roughly $3.25. So when you do the calculations, that's roughly, right around $10 or $11 that I'm making a day after my electric, right? So then you gotta factor in how much it cost me for my Antminer, for my Antminer, which was right around 5,000. With the PSU and all that. So when you're thinking about this now, it's going to take me 500 days to break even mining with hardware. And when I do that, my electric cost is going to go up. I have to deal with the heat. I have to deal with the noise. The hardware could break down. One of the heat sinks could go out, and then one of the cards could stop working. One of the hashing cards, it could stop working, and then I only get half the hashing rate, or a third of the hashing rate, or 2/3, So there's a lot of things that can go wrong with mining with hardware that you really don't think about until you start actually mining with it. Now this other site, this is my Hashflare site with my contracts, and it's showing, I started mining with Hashflare. I bought my first contract on the 19th. And this is showing you, so what I did is I'm doing this strategy where you reinvest for 3 days, and then you stop reinvesting and you let your wallet build up for 3 days, and then you reinvest for another 3 days. And this chart kind of shows you that. I was reinvesting for 3 days, and then I stopped reinvesting, and now I'm reinvesting again for another 3 days. And I started out with 3,500 gigahashes or 3.5 terahashes. And then I bought another 3.5 after a few days of reinvesting. So altogether, I purchased with my own money 7 terahashes. I'm currently at 7.27. So with the 7.27, I have actually been given free, well, not really free, but through reinvesting, I was able to acquire 270 gigahashes. And so what I can do with that is then put that towards my contracts. And here I'll show you a history of my contracts right here. So here's my initial contract I purchased, reinvest, purchased another contract, reinvested. So there's my 3 days of reinvesting. And then I stopped reinvesting, and then on the 26th I started reinvesting again. And so far, these are all reinvested contracts. And the thing I like about reinvesting is, so these are 1-year contracts. Each one is 1-year contract. So after 1 year, this 3,500 will expire, but I still have this 3,500 down here that is still good. Plus all these other contracts. So, eventually, as one contract runs out, I'll be getting another contract through reinvesting. So it kind of counteracts each other. So yeah, I'm going to lose a contract, and I might lose a good chunk of my hashing power, but I'll still have a good chunk of my hashing power that I can still use towards reinvesting. So that's why I like HashFlare and reinvesting with it. And another little thing I like real quick here is if we look at this, so this is where my hashing power is divvied up between these different pools, right? You click on this and you can actually change the pool that you want to contribute hashing power towards and your percentages. So like if you want to put 100% into Antpool's mining pool, you can. You can put 100% towards it. The way I do mine is I kind of look at the top pools, the top 3 pools, and see who's discovering the most amount of blocks in the last 100 blocks, and where they're going and where they're being allocated at. And then that's where I allocate all my hashing power is between those top pools. And I always like to do an equal amount, just because if say you did, if you do like 60% in Ant Pool, and then only 20% in Slush Pool and 20% in F2 Pool, well, what if Slush Pool all of a sudden finds 50 more blocks than Ant Pool did? Well, you just lost quite a bit there because you didn't allocate your hashing power smartly. So I always like to do an even amount, or as evenly as I can, and that way it kind of counteracts if one pool performs better than the other one. Okay, so I kind of use Crypto Compare, and I also use Coin Wars mining calculators. I do this to help me kind of get estimate on a good number on how many Bitcoins I will mine with what I'm using to mine. So Coin Wars does hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, annually, and Crypto Compare does daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. So they're both pretty similar on the amount that they're saying you'll mine in 1 year. For my purposes, we're going to do 14 terahashes of cloud mining, which is similar to what an Antminer S9 will produce. It's not quite the same, but for the purposes of this, we're going to say it's the same. So with both of those, you'll mine 0.4936 Bitcoins a year. And just remember that this is saying that difficulty does not change from today till the end of the year. So obviously with blocks being found, every 10 minutes or whatever it is, every single day, the difficulty is going to increase, which means that after 1 year, instead of mining the 0.4936, you actually might mine 0.40 Bitcoins. So just take that into consideration when you're looking at these, and from there we'll kind of go over the numbers on the calculations that I used. Okay, so right here we're looking at the comparison that I did with calculations of cloud mining on HashFlare and mining hardware with an Antminer S9. The reason I chose an Antminer S9 is I currently have an Antminer S9. You saw my Slush Pool account, you saw what I was performing each day, and then you also saw my HashFlare. I don't have the 14 terahashes, but I'm using that just as an example to compare apples to apples, or the best I can. So if you're looking at this, the cost is going to be with a HashLayer account, cloud mining, or any other mining account. It's going to be your purchase amount, your initial investment for your contract, plus any maintenance fees that they charge. So HashLayer's is 0.0035 cents per every 10 gigahashes per 24 hours. So the example I'm using is the 14,000 gigahashes or 14 terahashes, which costs you $2,880 plus the maintenance fee of 0.0035 cents per 10 gigahashes per 24 hours. So when you figure that out, you take the 14,000 gigahashes, divide it by 10, it gives you 1,400. So you take 0.0035 times 1,400, and that's going to be $4.90 is your maintenance fee for 1 day. Alright, so what you do then is you take that $4.90, multiply that by 365, so that way you get your maintenance fee cost for 1 full year. And then you're going to add that into your initial investment, which was the $2,880. So your total 1 year cost for your first year, your startup year on cloud mining is going to be $4,668.50. And that's just for your startup year, remember that. So after your first year, that original contract is going to expire, and so your hashing power is going to go down a little bit, and you might have, if you don't want that, then you'll just have to rebuy that initial contract, which would be another $2,880. Or if you do the reinvest strategy, you could be saving a little bit of that $2,880 and do the reinvest strategy, and then that way you'll have other contracts there. Anyway, mining with mining hardware like an Antminer S9 is going to have your equipment cost and electricity cost. For an example, you can probably find an Antminer S9 right now on eBay for $4,500 with a PSU. My current electric costs are roughly 10 cents a kilowatt hour. That's actually on the high end. I'm probably a little bit under that, but for the purposes of this, I'm going to go with the high end just to be safe. And I'm going to multiply that by 33.6 watts because that's how many watts a day my Antminer uses. And to figure that out, it's 1,400 watts is what the energy pool is on an Antminer. So divide that by 1,000, and that's going to be 1.4. Multiply that by 24 hours. So that gives you how many watts you're using in a whole day, because that 1.4 is just the number of watts that you're using in 1 hour. So multiply that by 24, you get the 33.6 watts. So you add all that up, add all these numbers up right here, and you get $57,2640, $5,726.40. That's your 1 year cost, your startup year cost with an Antminer S9. Now remember, if you do it that way, you're not going to have to rebuy that hardware, so you don't have to reinvest that $4,500. But you're also looking at the fact that difficulty is going up in Bitcoin, so you might have to get another Antminer just to keep the same numbers. Anyway, when we're looking at this, so after 1 year of mining with 14 terahashes, you're going to get roughly 0.4936, and I got that from those two calculating sites, which equals to be roughly $5,429.60. So that's multiplying this number right here by 11,000, because that's roughly what Bitcoin's trading at today. So after 1 year of cloud mining, your profit would be $761.10, and with hardware mining, your profit is negative $296.80. So I'm not here to tell you what to do, but you guys can figure it out by looking at these numbers. And remember, this is saying Bitcoin price is going to stay the same, exactly the same as it is today. 1 year from now, it's saying the difficulty is not going to change, which it is. Bitcoin price is definitely going to change as well. And so, these are factors you have to look at. Is it going to be cheaper for you to cloud mine, or is it going to be cheaper for you to buy the hardware and mine hardware like with an Antminer S9? That's your guys' choice to make. I'm just here to provide you guys with the numbers. As always, if you have any questions, comment below. I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, stay safe, guys, and I'll catch you next week.